Microphone check, 1, 2, what is this? It's the 5'7" assassin in the podcast business. I am your host, Rohan Patra, the rap music plug at your service.
Here we are again at the end of a rainbow.
Rappers that are known for quote-unquote rapping fast have almost developed a bit of an odd reputation in some underground circles, where something that, you would typically think is seen as an undeniably good thing has instead been seen as a potential marker for corny music devoid of real substance. The downfall of later era Eminem, as well as artists like Logic, have surely played a big role in this manifesting. But like with most things, it's always best to avoid generalization and approach things with an open mind, especially when it comes to something as subjective as music. Phiik and Lungs are two MCs that have comfortably defied these negative connotations, sporting flows that are not only fast, but take the art of rapping to entirely new places, creating pockets and beats that quite literally would not even be accessible to 99% of other rappers out there in the game. Add on to the fact that this duo's sound, provided by Lungs under his producer moniker LoneSword, is similarly cutting edge. What these guys have created is a world of rap that is entirely their own. The mastery in terms of the craft of their raps, the beats, as well as the way that they put together projects have only increased with each and every project, culminating with their best work yet, early album of the year contender, Another Planet 4. I am so pleased to have these two on the show as part of the album Alchemy series, where we will deep dive into how they've developed their craft and created such a undeniably unique record in Another Planet 4. Let's get into it. The Rap Music Plug podcast presented by QLC TV is the remedy to the I don't have anything good to listen to problem. Through in-depth album and song reviews, as well as artist interviews and general rap commentary sprinkled in between on all of what the mainstream and underground rap scenes have to offer, this is your one-stop shop to knowing what to add to your queue, play next, or pop into your record player. Welcome to the show. All right, Phiik and Lungs, how are you guys doing today?
Doing good. Chilling.
Congratulations on the release of this album, Another Planet 4. Like, the reception's been crazy, but how's that felt for you so far?
Thank you.
It's been good, bro. I mean, honestly, for me, it's like I've finally gotten to the position in which, like whenever I put a project out and I'm like in the mixing or mastering stage, and me and Wavy were working. Like beating a dead horse where I just can't fucking listen to it anymore. 'Cause I'm like, but now that it's been like, I don't know, like a couple weeks, a week, how long has it been? Like 2 weeks?
In like 2 weeks almost.
2 weeks,
Like
yeah.
2 weeks-ish, I can finally like listen to it again. So I've been listening to it because enough time has passed where I don't feel like I'm going insane when I'm listening to it anymore. So I've been listening to it again and I'm fucking really happy with it, bro. It came out really well. The shit sounded like it came. This shit sounds good. Fucking, and yeah, it was kind of what we wanted in terms of having it be the real kind of like full grown version of the Another Planet series.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody tapping in too.
Yeah, facts.
The
bro.
reception has been overwhelmingly great. And,
Yeah.
Seems like it just keeps building day by day. So yeah.
For sure. Yeah, first thing I really want to talk about is obviously one of the most notable pieces of and aspects of this record, and really all of the music you both put out, is that rapping style that's so distinct. So, like, how do your hyper-verbose raps, if you will, sound like? How does it end up sounding so foreign to anything else out right now? Because I'm just curious, like, how do you exactly approach writing to a beat and finding the pockets that you do in these beats? And how does that process, do you feel like, differ from the typical rapper? Because it really just sounds nothing like anything else.
To be honest, bro, I don't really know off top. Like we kind of just had developed the thing. Like you just kind of stay in an echo chamber to a degree, where it's like you're just in the echo chamber long enough, like the thing just kind of develops the way that it was going to develop. the thing that's weird to me, to be honest, is like I don't really feel like it's like I get that motherfucker, like everybody gets something different from the thing, but it's interesting to me how people kind of like the reception or the thing of like you guys are doing something totally different, which like I guess we are to a degree, but it's like we don't go into the thing with that in mind.
Yeah.
To a degree. Like I'm just trying to do shit that I fuck with in terms of like I'm trying to like do something.
And we were fans first.
Well,
So,
yeah, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Fucking I feel like it's also like like I mean with like the style when you're going into it, it's not something necessarily that's like been thought through. It's just like shit that I feel like works to me. And I feel like a lot of people in terms of the rap shit, like right, like rap shit is like about experience to a degree, or just like
Mm-hmm.
people writing about, well, whatever the fuck they're gonna write about. For me, I feel like the thing that actually makes the thing different is like aside from the way that we rap, it's just like the I like writing about shit that's fucking hilarious to me. Like, and I also feel like a lot of the rap music and shit, like a lot of the shit that like I do, there's so much shit to love. You know what I'm saying in terms of what's going on right now, but in terms of shit that like I have always been like, man, I don't really fuck with that. Was just like people just talking about the same fucking shit over and over again, and it's like me and like me and people would grab, even like my homie Silence, like we always be joking that like not all of y'all could be selling bricks, bro. Like there's not
Yeah.
that all of y'all are not the plug. It's literally impossible. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just
Yeah.
not. And it's like mad people just be kind of like trying to like write other experiences or shit. And it's like if I'm gonna do hyperbolic shit, you know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers be hyperboleing their entire lives to a degree, but if I'm gonna do like hyperbolic shit, I'm gonna want that shit to be fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
opposed to like, oh yo, like I'm fucking doing X, Y, Z or the third. It's like there's all these experiences and all this shit that I feel like motherfuckers just assume that because it's like hip hop that it has to be like a certain within a certain fucking parameters of like what the fuck is going to be discussed. And the thing that's interesting to me is that I guess like it's just weird for me hearing people being like, and it's great, you know what I'm saying? It's wonderful, but it's always weird for me having people be like, yo, bro, like this shit is so crazy and unique or whatever. And I'm like, bro, like there's just bad shit that motherfuckers can rap about that nobody raps about. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
Mm-hmm.
shit that is just like it's fucking hilarious. So it's just like I guess that, and then also just like wanting to be the best. Like my main thing is just like, yo, when I rap, like at least for me, like I want to beat the shit out of these motherfuckers. Like I want to fucking hit you 3 times for every time that another person is gonna hit you once. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
kind of combining those two things of like being super fucking serious about what we do. You know what I'm saying in every way, but then also not being fucking super serious, being serious about the quality of things, but then also like in terms of the content.
Dumb as
Like,
fuck.
yeah, I'm gonna say fucking shit that I think is funny. Like I'm gonna have a little bit of whimsical shit in there just because I fucking think it's fucking funny, and I get fucking and and also it's like, bro, we don't even like. It's not even like motherfuckers are rapping, but I do this to not go insane. So it's like I would be doing this either way. But yeah, that's really like at least for me what goes into like a lot of the process of things, and just how the thing started because it really just started in the echo chamber. It's just being
Mm-hmm.
feet during COVID, just being together all the time and just being like, damn, like I can just take away all of these like boundaries and shit that motherfuckers like have in terms of the thing. And working with people like Sharif and being around certain motherfuckers where it's just like you can literally do whatever you want and these motherfuckers are gonna be like, granted, if the shit is ass, you'll get held up to standard. But if it's not,
Yeah.
ass, motherfuckers are gonna be like, yo, fucking,
Yeah, that's really what Another Planet 4 was also. The end result of a lot of it was just COVID. It was like we put our heads down and worked on shit until the duration of COVID really was like finished.
Yeah.
And so like that's what this project was a big result of too. Obviously as well as all the other ones that we did, 1, 2, and 3 prior to that was a part of the buildup. But yeah, this specifically was like a lot of this was during COVID. We made this shit.
Okay, interesting. So, yeah. I mean, I think I like the part that you mentioned about like it's very hyperbolic because that's part of what makes it so fun. Like even whether it's like kind of in the vein of like a battle rap or you're just like doing one of those or just painting some imagery. It reminds me of some of my other favorite rappers out there that do that so well, like Marciano, Action Bronson, to where it's like the fact that you're the images that you're painting, the descriptions, the detail is what makes it cool, but also just how fucking hilarious it is. Because there are like genuine times where, like, especially due to how you rap, like I can't always catch it on the first listen. So it'll be like the fifth listen where I'm like, man, did you really just say that? Like,
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
fucking serious? Like, this is such a like you overly draw out a description of something. Like, I think it was Feek. Like, I mean, I don't remember what song, but it was on this album for sure. Where you're like, it's something about you, like people replaying the same accident, like trying to say restart the game. Do you know what I'm talking about? That's
Uh,
not the line, but like something like that. And I was just like, wait,
nah,
what is
yeah.
it? Okay, what's the line? What's the line?
It's
Some of the players after acting out the same
yeah,
accident.
something players after acting out the same accident, active in the digital, pivotal rap slap hat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What the intro was to that? I can't even remember, but yeah, it's on this for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was just like, that's a crazy way of saying something. Like it just really impresses me. And one thing though, like I don't want it to get lost on though, is like I caught more of these kinds of morsels of like more, I guess like it's still said in a funnier way or in like tongue in cheek or said without being super serious necessarily, but there is some like morsels of like how you guys actually view the world on this album, and I feel like I hear that a lot more on this record than like even the past Another Planet ones. And like I'm thinking of lines like on I don't even know how to say it. Who is Don Quickscoat? I don't know. Is
Quixote, he's
Quixote? I don't know who that is.
it's like a fucking like 5,000 page book about this that's like old as fuck about this knight in Spain who's just fucking insane,
It was also a cartoon.
and he thinks that
Okay.
yeah, but it's like a old ass book. Like,
That's what
like
it's really.
it's like a 5,000 fucking page book about this guy, and he thinks that he's a knight, and he's got a horse and shit, but he thinks that windmills are dragons, like windmills. So he literally is just like running around, and he finds this dude to like be his squire. And it's basically just like this dude who's his squire who just knows that this guy is fucking insane because he's just like this dude literally pulls up on a windmill and like runs into it on his horse with a lance and like just fucking
Oh my
eats
God.
because he thinks that they're dragons. And fucking yeah, it's just the like this like squire dude following this guy around who's like thinks that he's a knight, but like the squire guy knows that he's fucking insane, and he's just like, whatever, dude, fuck it, I'm just gonna this guy like he likes what he's doing, I'm just gonna fucking roll with it. So
That's
that's
hilarious. Oh
that's
my
what.
God. Um, but yeah, on that song, he like on Lungs, you say like if I ever have kids, I'm gonna love them for exactly who they is, like Dwayne Wade. Like that's definitely showing a glimpse of how you view things, to say the least. And there's a lot of parts like that that I found really interesting. So, and I think you kind of talked about it a bit, but like, what were some of the main points of like inspiration or reference for a lot of like again lyrics in any way, like the funny shit, the more serious kind of parts like that. Like, what were the main inspirations for you?
I mean, like that is also just like it's just making fun of like it's like when you get so depressed about a thing that all you can do is really just be like, this shit is so fucking dumb. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's like kind of how I feel about hip hop, where it's like something that I love so much and that I'm so serious about, but also something where it's just like, yo, is nobody gonna fucking laugh at how fucking bozo most of these motherfuckers are? Come on, bro. Like, there's just mad shit where I'm like, yo, bro, like, y'all on some like super hyper masculine, like just like fucking xenophobic bullshit. Motherfuckers all Italian, looking like they're like a bunch of Italian dudes with beards who like are trying to not be Italian. Yeah, and it's like, bro, like, is nobody gonna fucking cut ass on these motherfuckers, bro? Like, I'm sorry, dog. It's just like some dumbass bullshit. So it's like little shit like that I throw in there just to piss motherfuckers off because I love that shit, bro. I love going to a show of a bunch of hyper masculine dickhead rappers and saying I'm gonna love my kids for exactly who they are. And you can't say shit to me because I will out rap you because you're fucking garbage, bro. Like that's how I feel. So it's like a lot of that shit, bro, is just that. Where I'm like, yo, bro, suck my dick. Fuck that. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I'm gonna do what I want. And also I'm gonna say what the fuck I feel. You know what I'm saying? I love doing shit like that. Even on She Could, rappers post the homophobic rants and act surprised when they got canceled.
Yeah, yeah.
How happy I was saying that bar at fucking bro. Like, shout out Mark, shout out everybody. But I just love doing shit like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, yo, what the fuck are y'all gonna do? You can't out rap me. So I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, come on. And it's just like there's mad shit like that where it's like, and yo, it's like there's mad people where it's like, yo, like even like Rock, for example, like Rock is a huge inspiration, of course,
Yeah.
you know, one of my favorites. I feel like a lot of the times though, where people like get from like people almost get something like people pick up on the like, yo, like this is pimp shit. This is like they pick up on like the street aspects of the thing. And it's like that shit is super important to the thing and speaking from experience. But what motherfuckers miss out on with a lot of motherfuckers is how good this motherfucker is at rapping, bro.
Yeah.
Also, how it's like this dude is also like there's a self awareness of like because it's like, bro, you walk such a fine line as a rapper to just being a cornball piece of shit, where it's like being a rapper itself, like comparatively, like if you're a jazz musician or some shit, you don't generally have to deal with like this like caricature of like what a rap, what a shitty
Yeah.
rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like the people that I appreciate are the people who are like aware of that and use it and be like, yo, bro, not only am I gonna like do the thing in this art form in the way that I want, but also like I'm gonna make fun of the thing itself. I'm going to like so like even Sean Price, perfect fucking example.
Perfect example of
One of my
that. Yeah.
ever, bro. Like
Brokest rapper you know.
you can't beat him also because he's so fucking funny. Like the reason motherfuckers can't beat Sean Price is because he's gonna make fun of himself before you even can.
Like, what can you say to
Yeah, what the fuck can you say, bro? And it's like that's really what it is just trying to like diversify.
And he'll actually beat you up.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but it's also like, yo, bro, like there's mad shit where it's like, yo, dude, like, are we really just gonna be awesome? Like, there's a bunch of dudes in a room staring at each other in corners, motherfuckers all rapping about the same thing over the same fucking beats, bro. Like, it's just like at a point where I'm like, dude, I want to say shit that's gonna piss motherfuckers off at the end of the day. Like, fuck y'all, this shit weird as fuck. Are we not gonna act like this shit corny as fuck? Like, there's no, like, there's all dudes in the room, bro. What the fuck is going on? And it's just like shit like that is really what it influences that shit because it's like tongue in cheek shit where I'm just like, yo, this is fucking hilarious, bro. Like,
it's tongue in cheek. There's some realness to it. Yeah, I love the way that you kind of toe that line. And you said that Italian shit. Like I was thinking another bar on this. It's like a bunch of like Italian kids like listening to Cage. Is that some? That's a bar. So, right?
Yeah, like bro, like that shit.
That shit made me fucking die. I caught that yesterday.
But yo, Long Island is like full of that shit.
And there's like specific there's very specific aesthetics that it's like the reason that I put shit in there like that is I know that people are gonna connect to it. Yeah. Because it's like nobody else is talking about that shit, and I know that motherfucker. And even on the Don Quixote video, like there was like a comment where it was like somebody was like, "Yeah, the Suffolk County bar had me fucking chuckling," and I'm like, "I know, because that shit is dead ass how it is."
Real.
You know, it's like, bro, like there's literally all of this fucking weirdo ass bullshit, and just like, you know, coming from a place too where it's like, right? It's like coming from a place where it's like there's so many people that just are shit in terms of like where motherfuckers were at in terms of where we were rapping. Because it's like I came out to Long Island from the city, so it's like I had like I had been around motherfuckers who were like actually rapping and doing shit. You know what I'm saying? And then going out to Long Island, it was like all the kids who did it were like all these like fucking weird ass like who are now all like bootlicking fucking like Blue Lives Matter motherfuckers. Like a lot of those dudes were on some like just rapping shit or like wanting to like tap into whatever shit it was. And it's like as somebody who like really cares about the shit, it's like a lot of the thing that went into my mind was like, yo, I'm gonna make sure that I work to make sure that I'm not fucking garbage and that I'm not whack. Because a huge portion of the thing, for me at least, was like, yo, I love this shit. I would never want to like disrespect this shit by just being a fucking goofball ass bozo when it comes to certain aspects. And that's really what actually is if you want to talk about like style and shit, that's where it comes from is practice. That's literally it. Motherfuckers be like, yo, how do you remember all those words? We do it 10 million fucking times until we remember it. Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
like the person who got B on that, and then everybody in grip was a Kai type shit. Like a Kai is somebody where it's like there were periods of time, bro, like 2015 type shit. Like it was just like me, Kai, Elric, you know, and we didn't have shit. Like Idris, fucking G, like I don't know, you tell me. Like we didn't have even a fucking place to record type shit. And like Akai was just always on the like, yo, we do this every day regardless. Like we write raps every day. You're not a
Mm.
fucking pilot unless you're like flying the fucking plane. So it's like you're not a rapper unless you're writing raps or recording. So it's like if you're saying you're a rapper and you're not doing those things, what the fuck are you doing at the end of the day? And it's like that's what it is. Like I have IKEA notebooks, like IKEA blue bags filled up with notebooks from that time period, like
Jeez.
covered
Those are
that
big bags.
I'll never even use, bro. Like I'll never touch that shit. And that's like the only foundation that we have is based on that. So it's like as like whimsical and as fucking like as much as like I love to cut ass and I like to like not be serious about things, it's like the only reason that it works to begin with is because motherfuckers were serious enough about what we do that we can execute on a level that's going to make the thing work. Because it's like it's a combination of like the finesse and then like, oh wait, we can't out rap these motherfuckers. And granted, like that's not there's tons of people who can. You know what I'm saying? Like the East is strong as fuck. There are so many people who are powerful as shit. You know what I'm saying? All over the place. But it's like in terms of just like the run of the mill kind of fucking like average rapper who's on some like super predictable bullshit. It's like the thing that's gonna allow us to like be out there. It's like like Charles Mingus or some shit. Like Charles Mingus can
Mm.
go be insane because everything is like rooted in the blues that he has so much mastery over. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
the more that you hone down on the fundamentals, the more it's going to allow you to do crazy ass stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? In a way that works
Yeah, in
because
a way that works. Yeah. Like
it's like
yeah.
10,000. Yeah, because it's like you have that fundamental. Yo, bro, like I literally spent so much fucking time doing this shit that it's like now I can start having more fun with it because now I can start getting complex and doing all these like compound rhymes, trying to rhyme every single word in each bar.
And working together helps a lot too.
Yeah.
That's like I've learned like so much in general just from like writing and building with loans over the past 3 years, and we've been friends for way longer, been rapping for even longer. But like as far as like for me honing in, it was like I really like it's you know what I mean. Everyone's steel sharpens steel type shit. It really is just like everybody builds each other up when you get that opportunity to like work with someone that you trust. Also, it's like we trust each other with everything on it. So it's like there's really not a lot of like push pull at all with any of this shit.
Yeah, it's like motherfuckers are on the same page.
Yeah.
And I've known Fig my whole life, so it's like, there's just certain levels of shit that motherfuckers don't have to deal with, when you're dealing with people that you don't really know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But really just that, yeah, I would say. Fucking just practice and then just trying to like once you build your foundation of practice, that's when shit starts getting fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also like moving away from just the raps here, like obviously again, consistent in both your catalogs and then particularly as a group, as a duo here. Not only do these songs on AP4 feature the rapping style that we've talked about, but also like these very minimal, sometimes atonal, cacophonous style type of beats. And so like why do you feel this kind of production style works best with you and like at your type of brand of rapping? Because you could like there's another school of thought where you're like, okay, you're rapping in this certain way that's very like, very I don't know, verbose. I'm trying to think of words. It's hard to describe. Like I'm sure we just trying to talk about. It is quite unique. I'm one of those people who think so. So you could just kind of go off a very basic ass beat to kind of like make it a bit more smooth or palatable or easy to digest, but you guys don't do that. So yeah, why do you feel this production style is what you go for versus something a bit more accessible?
So in terms of another planet, like moving, I'm excited for the rest of this year because we're gonna be dropping some projects that are not as much loop based. Like we have a full tape with Ola Segun that's gonna be probably the
Oh,
next.
that's sick.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of like
Sick.
the spiritual successor to Carrot Stew. So fucking, we're gonna have a lot of like drum shit on the way because like the thing is also is like we don't necessarily like I think that for another planet, that shit works because it's like the style of the thing that we do, but we don't like exclusively do that to a degree. In
Hmm.
terms of another planet, though, the thing and just loops in general, motherfuckers be like mad as hell at us for not putting drums on shit. Like dude literally called it half hop on fucking YouTube. That was pretty good.
That's
And
pretty funny. I'm not gonna
we've just been responding with bad people win.
lie.
Yeah,
But fucking
a lot of it is like we 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 are linked up with mad different people who like aren't only in grip. You know what I mean? We prior to everything else, and even still, we'd be working with a lot of different heads, and everybody kind of brings a different thing. Especially with beats, there's a lot of like ill heads around, around who make shit, and like even specifically with like the boppers in general. Shout out to boppers, but like the tape you got with Ola, it's like DZ is crazy with beats and everything, drum bass. You know what I mean? So it's like Lungs too. It's like it's not
yeah, I make hella
exclusively.
beats. That's the thing too.
Yeah,
Is motherfuckers be getting on me like I'm just out here making loops. I make hella beats.
it's not all like it's not all drumless. I swear.
But
Hmm.
yeah, it's like the reason why I feel like it works though sometimes for the drumless shit is because people like drums actually as a rapper, right? You're way more boxed in
Yeah,
than you
exactly.
are with any loop. Like in terms of drums, like you have granted you can do it. That being said, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, but in my experience, like drums box you in more, literally just because there's like more of a time signature. The reason that
Exactly.
I like
Yeah.
loop is because it's like even like for example, a huge thing of me, right? Or at least the way that like I rap, my flow is like kind of already there. You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of the thing, like, and it's something that I actually would like to diversify a little bit more in is that like moving forward, because it's like getting to the point where it's like as much as I enjoy rapping like this shit gets boring sometimes, or like it gets to a point where I'm like, yo, bro, I want to try doing other shit where it's like I listen to like, like fucking Arm& Hammer, all Sharif shit, like all types of shit like that, where I'm like, yo, bro, like there's and granted, also another thing I'd like to say is that it's like just because people work differently from you doesn't mean that like anything is better or worse. Like I know people like DZ is a perfect example of this. Like DZ is somebody where it's like his natural raw talent at what he does and in this rap shit. Like for me, it's like this shit is not natural. Like I have to work my ass off. If I don't write raps for a week, I'll like notice that I'm falling off. Like I constantly have
Mm.
to be like, yo, bro, like sharpen, 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 sharpen. But like DZ is somebody where it's like being around him where I was like, yo, this dude like works in a way that's totally different than me. Size two, fucking and like these people work in ways that are totally different from me, but like they're delivering on all the things that they need to deliver. So it's like, you know, there's mad people where it's like just because we be rapping on loops and shit, like the reason that we do that a lot of the times is because it just allows me to like use the compound flow that I use easier. Like
Yeah.
it allows me to just be like the way that I do things, and like even look, I'll show you like the way that like a lot of the like spacing is huge for me. Like on fucking just anything. So it's like when I write my raps, it's like everything is like spaced out. So it's in like a bar, like going down, like every word is a line. So that's the only way that I can understand all the shit that I'm saying is just
Oh,
by
that's
having
cool.
line be one word and then it's just this huge thing like running down. And loops are helpful with that because I can just do mad shit that I couldn't do otherwise with the drum beat.
Hmm.
Granted, I don't always want to do that. It's more so just for the thing that people are expecting. Because a huge thing that went into Another Planet 4 was us trying to be like, yo, bro, like, what is another planet? You know, like what is like the quintessential experience that people expect when they listen to another like any of the Another Planet series, right? And like for us, we were like, yo, let's see if we can kind of push this flow that we have to the fucking limits of what it can do. You know what I'm saying? And just see where that takes us type shit.
Yeah.
And it's really energy too, bro, because it's just like motherfuckers. And like the thing that's ill too is that it's like, right, I work in a studio. So like I work as an audio engineer type shit and like an
Mm.
actual studio, shout out Mansion Studios. Like the thing that's so ill about this process is that both me and Feek just like know exactly what the fuck the thing is. You know what I'm saying? That we're trying to make. We both know, like, I trust his taste, our tastes in terms of this shit. Like, everything that we know in terms of the hip hop shit was like pretty much forged together. Because, like, we were in high school showing each other fucking shit, sharing headphones. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, I have complete faith and trust in his taste. I also have complete faith and trust in that, like, he knows where this shit should be and where it's got to go. And both of us know that and know what each other is capable of. And it's cool because it's like motherfuckers are operating at a level where it's just like that's what I think makes Another Planet special is the matching of like the energy, the flows, but then also the larger understanding of like what the fuck this thing is, yeah, and like what we're trying to do with it type shit. Which
No,
is like
that's really cool.
and it's like we won't speak. Like a lot of the shit's like I know when I'm recording Feek, we both know what the fuck. Like we'll speak obviously a little bit, but there'll be times where we won't even talk because I know how many takes he's gonna do. I know how long it's gonna take. I know that once he finishes a take, I'm just gonna playlist that. And he's gonna do another one because that's just like how we do it, and then do the thing. So like
even with the art too. Shout out to
Chop, dude.
shout out Chop on this art.
Yo,
But
crazy.
he wilded the fuck out, absolutely crazy. And that first of all, I just want to say that was a perfect representation of everything I feel like that we put together and the sound was created. So shout out to Chop.
Yeah,
and the other part of it, like same thing as what it is like matching energies. Chop did that, and then like with Lungs to begin with on shout out Eli on the first Another Planet art, but the second and third I did through comic that was just cut up,
yeah,
and it was from a warehouse that Lone showed me. And it's like out here in Sunset Park, and I just like got mad comics together, chopped them up, and it like felt right as far as what was fitting, you know. But like sort of just laddering onto what he said, where it's like we really just kind of match. It's just like everything really just clicks, and there's not any push or pull, like I said, bro. It's just it's lightweight.
Yeah, yeah, and the artwork is getting a lot of love. Like that's something some people don't even know who you guys are. They're liking the artwork, and I know I've seen that a couple times when I've tweeted out about this record.
Also, mind you, right? Those first covers are real. Like that's not Photoshop. Those are real fucking.
Oh shit,
Yeah, these
that's
are
crazy.
dude. We made these on fucking vinyl. This is just a vinyl thing cut open, and then we bought hella comic books from this comic book warehouse, and Feek did all of this. So in
Wow.
two and three, the other one is in my room, but Another Planet 2 and 3 are both done on the fucking vinyl covers. So they're like physical joints. You know what I'm saying? Fucking
Yo, that's legit.
Yeah, no, thank you, yo. We got a photo of it and shit, but again, shout out Chop on this one, bro. Chop.
Yeah.
yeah, Bob really is incredible, bro.
I do not have drawing skills of any form whatsoever.
No, Chop is really
Any
one of the
sense.
best, bro. Like
Yeah.
he's somebody where it's like there's just certain people where you'll go and tell them an idea. Like he did Birth of LoneSword. Also, I don't know, bro. Major Easter egg even behind you. Fucking, if you look at the cover, there's a Birth of.
I got mad Chop covers.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. The legend. Fucking. If you look in the corner of the Another Planet 4 inside the apartment.
Oh
the
yeah,
Birth
yeah.
of
Is it on the
LoneSword-
top like here?
Yeah, the Birth of LoneSword
Yeah.
is on the poster in the fucking,
Wow.
which is
That-
insane. Like,
First one is too.
yeah, exactly. And the first one. So it's like, bro, like literally,
Oh shit.
it's like there's people who are just operating at the level of like just the peak of their craft where it's like you can go to somebody with an idea and just describe it to them on the phone, and then they'll hit you with like literally the thing that you pictured inside of your head when you were doing it to them, like just pitching that shit to them. And it's like Chop is one of those people where it's like Brother of LoneSword, I just pitched that to him. He fucking killed it. This fucking killed it. Dude got mad fucking shits. I fucking
radioactive spinach.
yeah, bro. Like
Yeah.
Unkind with Jay Nice inside of the
That shit's
saying.
crazy. The Unkind one is crazy.
Yeah, it's all types of shit.
Bro, there's mad shit, bro. Like
No, I
there's
love I
so
love when artists can do that. Like even with the like when I was trying to update the podcast jingle or whatever, I reached out to Blood Blixien and I'm like, I literally told him in like one DM, like just a short paragraph. I was like, hey, I'd like it to be use this kind of like weird synthy kind of sound. I gave him a reference to one of his songs he's made. I'm like, just try to do that and then make it this kind of length. And he sent me and it was the first thing. I didn't give him the everything he built. I'm like, yeah, I want it to be kind of a little like joyful and this shit. And he's like, I got it. What do you think? And I'm like, this is perfect. How the fuck did you do this?
yeah,
Like,
exactly,
this is
exactly.
fucking perfect.
It
And
clicks.
everybody loves it. I'm like, yo, this is fucking amazing. It's like a
Dude,
reading
it's
rainbow
great,
rap
man.
shit.
Bro, it's really incredible. And it's like that's the other thing too, is that like I definitely want to like harp on is that it's like as much as motherfuckers like there's so much whack bullshit, but like the whack bullshit to me is also just completely outshined by like the amount of like incredible motherfuckers who
Oh
are
yeah.
just incredible work. And it's like that's the thing that I feel like I've been trying to focus on recently is just being like, yo, I'm gonna like stay in my crib more in the sense that I'm gonna just like not involve myself in like all this other like bullshit and just tap in with the people that I've tapped in with. And at this point, it's kind of like I'm always open to working with new people type shit, but also on a certain level, it's like I've been incredibly blessed that it's like I have real allies, you know what I'm saying? And people shit on, New York and the East Coast about like nobody helps each other, but there's a ton of ill ass motherfuckers out here making ill art, who are all kind of on the same page. And it's beautiful, bro. It's a really good time playing
Yeah, and
music.
there's a lot of variety too, like because you're talking about Grip and just like affiliates of Grip, like unofficial people that collaborate all the time. Like I feel like you
Yeah,
guys are all building, like even just the way you said it, like evidence in the artwork and like the little Easter eggs, like it's just a lot of world building. And
yeah,
I think like what I like about Another Planet specifically is that like you kind of already speaked on it because it spoke on it because this is something I was gonna ask, but you kind of already said it. But it's just like I feel like a lot of time with rap duos, usually historically rappers try to like have some kind of contrast, like the two people that want to contrast. Either like one guy raps like really differently, like flow wise, or maybe it's like the type of rap, like the lyrical subject matters, like just they kind
yeah,
of complement. Even like clips, like Pusha T was more of like the stone cold like assassin, and then Malice had more of like the but what are we doing to the world? Like what are we doing to our community? He had more of the conscious, you know?
yeah,
But like with you guys, I like it that although you definitely approach things differently, you still kind of are in this like whatever you call this lane of rap, and you've been like trailblazers of it. You have this production style, and I feel like you've just leaned into like as you said, like let's push the fucking limits to being bold, like product sound wise, flow wise, and it's just crazy. It seems very by design is the point. Like you're building this Another Planet world, and I think you've done it so well.
yeah, yeah. Thank you, bro. I mean, I think a huge part of it is also just, it's about like what motherfuckers like when you're looking at an artist and like just a progression of shit, it's like everything can also be understood just through like what people fuck with and like what things have impacted them and what things that they fucked with. And to me personally, like at least for rap shit, one of the biggest things to me about things that I fucked with and people who had an impact on me was mythology. You know what I mean? Like that was a huge aspect of the thing that was always something that was like appealing to me in terms of like my favorite Doom, Wu Tang. Fucking Wu Tang is a great example, honestly, because they really like came up. I mean, Doom too. Even like fucking, there's so many people. You know what I'm saying? Like so many Quas. Just
Mm,
like the mythology
the
behind
Lord.
them, where it's like, yo, these things are not like it's like instead of it just being like, yo, I rap, you know what I'm saying? Or like this is like a rapper thing. Like even with Wu Tang, every single person had a mythology behind it. You know what I'm saying? It was like You know what I'm saying? They all had their names, like the fucking chef, the fucking everyone had the genius, the
Yeah,
fuck
they're the Wu Gambino names. Yeah.
yeah, whoever, and it was like that shit, and even Doom and everything. It's like mythology is like a huge part of like what has the things that have always kind of like struck me were things that it was like, wow, like motherfuckers really built a mythology behind this and built up this world and built up like Canox too,
Mm.
like Canox huge. But it's like, yeah, motherfuckers had this mythology. It's like the language that motherfuckers use, the things that, and it's like people will brand you with those things. It's like, there's got to be stuff for people to like latch onto. And a lot of the times, I mean, Doom is a great example too, because Doom and Quaz were like the first people that I really was tapped into where I was like, oh, word. Like these dudes are just fun. Like they don't, these motherfuckers, you don't have to like have, and granted, that being said, bro, I came up on like fucking Big L, you know what I'm saying? Sean Pratt, like I love that shit. I love the fucking like crazy fucking MC fucking, you know what I'm saying, shit. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing that to me was like Doom and Quaz were the first people where I was like, yo, bro, like these motherfuckers are not rap. Like you can take really regular shit. Regular shit at the end of the day is like gonna be the most interesting because more people can understand and relate
Mm-hmm.
to it. And it's like if you just throw in shit that's like regular shit, that even winds up being some really appealing shit. And also, it's like if you start talking about shit that people are like kind of embarrassed about or shit that's dumb, and then just saying it in a way that it's like, yo, bro, people are going to connect to that. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, do that. It's like, also, I don't want to make music that alienates anybody. Like that's always something that's been something where I'm like, I want pretty unless you're a fucking Nazi, then you can go suck my dick. But it's like I want anybody to be able to like listen to my shit,
Mm-hmm.
not on some like conscious, like I'm trying to make an appeal to
Yeah.
anybody,
Yeah.
but more on like a passive level of like I want everybody to be able to listen to my shit and at least get something from it. At least be
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, haha, that's fucking funny. And but also more importantly, to not feel like, damn dog, what the fuck? Like this motherfucker just like shit on my whole existence for no fucking reason, blah, blah, blah. And it's
Yeah.
a cop out at the end of the day. Like motherfuckers be doing all this dumb shit and you're saying the same like bullshit over and over and over again that be like hella alienating to some people. You know what I mean? And to fans and motherfuckers who fuck with shit when there's just this like fucking gold mine of untapped fucking shit that you could rap about or shit that
Mm-hmm.
you draw on from your own personal experience and make hilarious. And it's also like another thing is like it's being said with confidence where it's like
And skill.
yeah, exactly. Where it's like, yo, bro, like there's certain things where I'm like, bro, I'm gonna say that shit with confidence. A, because you have to. Like, if I'm gonna go in front of a bunch of fucking motherfuckers who are on some super hip hop hip hop shit, I can't fucking if I go up there and say you post a homophobic reds and act surprised when you got canceled, I don't say that shit with my chest. These motherfuckers are it invalidates the point, but it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
shit like help. And I think that that's like if I had to pick something that probably appeals to people, it is that it's like the degree of like it's like hyperbolic and it's obviously like bullshit and theoretical a lot of it. But then also there's like a certain level of honesty where it's like I'm gonna say self-deprecating shit, bro. I'm gonna like take a situation that most people would find embarrassing and then say it in a way that it's like some baller shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's like really what a lot of it is too.
And I think
But
you guys do it so well. And I just feel like, again, like I feel like not only production wise, lyrically, like all the things I feel like you've been trying to hone in on and refine over the Another Planets. Like I just think it just came to fruition on this one. Like even if I think about obviously the other Another Planets, but even like works outside of that, like that was a test that I really loved, or Birth of a Lone Sword. I just feel this one's just it hit another level. Like as soon as I heard this the first listen, I'm like, oh, this is the best shit you guys made. Like I didn't even really have to think about it. I was just like, no, this is everything everything has it. So like in what way, if at all, did you approach Another Planet 4 differently than the previous records in the series? And then like how, in your opinion, do you feel like it's an improvement on like the formula?
I mean, first of all, there was like literal logistical differences in terms of like, so like we went into Another Planet 4 actually with the intention of it being like the big, the grown up fucking version of the other ones. Cause we were like, yo, what if we take like the Another Planet series and do it in a way that like we did Birth of LoneSword, right?
Yeah, those were made out of a little more chaos.
Yeah.
This was made of chaos, but a little bit more.
Yeah, we had a better idea, and also we took our time. Like the other ones, like the other Another Planet ones, were literally made in my room, which was like what I loved about it too, because it literally was just on some pirate shit where it was just like we would go to this like comic book warehouse, get like fucking vinyls for like $10, spend like $10, get a shitload of like fucked up ass vinyls, spend another five, get like 10 fucking comic books, and then just like go back to my crib, flip the vinyls, make a song, and then make the covers out of the fucking comics that we had. Yeah. So like we were literally just doing that. And like Birth of LoneSword sounds different than all of those other ones during that time period because it was done at Wavy's studio, Wavy Bagel Studio.
Mm-hmm.
Wavy has like, granted, like I've gotten my mixing up to the point where it's like since I've actually been working in a studio, just like tracking clients and just fucking sitting in and assisting, doing all types of shit constantly. Like I'm confident in my mixing ability at the crib now. So it's like that I'm really excited for this next chapter because it's just gonna be fucking mayhem because now I can just do this at my house because like I've learned enough. But like Wavy Studio has like a U87, motherfuckers got like the whole like motherfuckers got like $1,000 microphone for multiple like it's nice. Mm-hmm. So basically the process for this one where we've kind of switched from like the COVID era, I would say, to like now is that motherfuckers have started being like, all right, let's track demos first. So like Another Planet 4, we did demos of everything at my house. So that whole tape was made at my house like probably like 6-7 months ago now.
Okay.
Finished type shit, more or less. And then we started going to Wavy's and re-recording the whole project.
We did them all.
So we re-recorded the whole project at Wavy's. Yeah, Wavy's studio. And basically that shit was ill because it kind of also gave us like a second chance at everything.
And we kind of had a template and a blueprint to like
work
from.
Exactly. Like what we were doing. Fucking basically that whole process of re-recording is where I would probably find like where the difference was comparatively to the other Another Planets because it literally just gave us time. And like, yo, that's another thing I always say to people. It's like I'm somebody where it's like I get it and I like working in like very tight session spaces where it's like, yo, let's get this tape done in 3 days and this time that we spend in this space is this tape. And then that tape is like an encapsulation of that time. But I also recommend just fucking taking that extra time and space, bro. Cause like literally like you'll just go back, dude. Like when we were doing this shit at Wavy's, it was simple as like me just looking at the verse and being like, oh wait, I can make that bar a little bit better. Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Nice.
Like bah. There we go. I just made one change. So
the other one was really everything like with 2 and 3
was like
especially 1 was just push it out, go. It was like a lot of foot on the gas, and especially with like going into this from the beginning, it was just like we had way more of a clear idea rather than like you said, with just like a trip that we did, picked up everything and throw it all back and did everything.
And it was like it's a different like that's the different. It's like the COVID era. We needed that era because without that time period, we wouldn't be standing on anything right now because we were just in a phase where we were like, fuck this. Dump, just fucking get everything out. Fuck that. Let's put out 10 tapes. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody just wilding. I mean, even in that time period, I put out Another Planet, 1, 2, and 3, 3-pack, Birth of LoneSword, Cyber City, It's Snowing in Hell, like the B tapes. I know I'm forgetting other
Osprey,
yeah. There's like that whole time period was just dumping shit.
Where are the bugs coming?
Nah, Where Are the Bugs was like the interim. Like that was like in between. Where Are the Bugs also was low key kind of like another Planet 1 too with size.
Yeah, that was like another.
That one has
that's a dope project.
That was another one I took the comics from, and
he did a cover for that too.
Nice.
Like the Wavy shit really just came down to re-recording everything there, and then from Wavy's we were going back. We did mixes there, and then I really just at the end, me and Wavy kind of just worked together to like make the final changes where it's like we got everything as close as we could get it at Wavy Studio type shit. And then I took the Logic files home and basically mastered it and just did like just made small changes here and there throughout. But I think that we really like took our time with this, and the way that we went into like making it was like, yo, bro, like we're not gonna stress this in terms of time. We're gonna stress this in terms of like quality. And there
Quality,
was
yeah.
joints that didn't make it on that will probably come out at some point, but just we were like, yo, let's make more joints than we need and then pick. You know what I'm saying? And pick the best ones.
And
So
the one joint on there that's actually like a like sort of a demo type of joint from the other first half of it that we had talked about before was the Saudi Arabian AF1.
yeah, that's the only one that was not recorded at Wavy's.
Yeah,
so
and like I had put up a snippet, and I think I threw it on SoundCloud like months and months ago,
Oh,
prior
okay.
to the base of the project. So that was like a little part of it too that I was like, you know, I
yeah.
don't know. I was like, we just like, why don't we test the waters with it?
And the thing is
Mhm.
too, low key, like I was kind of bugging out because it's also like I always bug out when I get such a crazy cover. Because it's like whenever I get an insane cover, I felt the same way for Birth of LoneSword, where I'm like, fuck, now this has to be really good, dog.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to be like a fucking. It's like a. You can't be a
Can't
tuxedo.
cover, have that shit be mids. And like, it's just been really nice because actually it's like funny. Like the last 3 days, I've been listening to the project like nonstop. And I hadn't listened to it since it dropped because I was just like, when you're mixing too, you're just at a point, especially when you're mixing something like AP4, where it's like, personally, I knew that this was going to be one of those projects that's going to be like the bigger deal ones type shit. You get to a point where you're like, am I just making this worse, bro? Like, what the fuck am I even doing right now? And it's been ill because the last couple of days I've been listening back, and it's also been like a major confidence builder for me in the sense that I've been like, wow, dude, this shit sounds really fucking good. I'm really happy with this.
No, I think from the cover to the obviously just like the quality of the music, I just think it did match the. It just felt like another step up packaging to quality of
Yeah.
the music. Finally, I have one thing. It's not really a question. It's more of a comment. But those plug bars, like those the plug look like plug shit, like those are now, in my opinion, like the best running current series of like bars. Like I don't know what you call those, but those little like classic, like Mach has the flip you like ones, those kind of things. Doom had a lot, but like those are truly fucking incredible. Like the when this album came out on the in the patron Discord we have for the show, people were going crazy, and I couldn't even tell if they were making them up because they're so ridiculous. I'm like, is that a real one? Like, yeah, it's on this song. Okay, I guess. The plug, something he's getting stressed. He's in the dentist office being stressed about enamel or some shit like that. That one's crazy.
Bro, hell yeah. But it's just like, it's just shit like that that is just like, yo, bro, like, also, it's like, let's not forget at all, though, that it's like hip hop in its like basic and most purest form in terms of like what is it's intended to do is supposed to be like a music form where it's like it's motherfuckers speaking from experience to bring like light and attention to things that are like being ignored and things that are fucking being suppressed. You know what I'm saying? And that is a fundamental thing that is also important and is more important than anything else in terms of what the actual fucking genre is. You know, in tandem with that though, the way that it's evolved now, it's like there's so many motherfuckers who are just on some bullshit all the time where it's like motherfuckers are not like speaking from an experience where it's like, people are just saying whatever the fuck they're gonna say. And it's like, dude, I work in a studio where motherfuckers record hella drill music and I see this shit like all the time where I'm like, bro, like y'all aren't doing this shit. And some people are, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, y'all are not doing the shit that motherfuckers are saying. And it's like, there's so much shit to just comment on and like talk about rap in general. Not only about like what it is in terms of its like most purest essence and what it's like theoretically supposed to be, even though it's not supposed to be anything, but just like the aspects of the thing that are fundamental and serious. You know what I'm saying? And then also just trying to like understand and like make fun of and fucking bring light on like the aspects of the thing that have become like twisted to a depressing degree. Where
Yeah.
it's, and it's like a lot of this shit, it's like fun to make fun of it, but it's like kind of laugh so you don't cry type shit, because it's just
Mm,
like it gets depressing as fuck, bro. Like being a rapper, and it's like I'm sure any other artist will tell you, it's like being an artist is fucking depressing, not only because of all this shit, but because you're constantly fighting against the like soulless fucking like just commercialization of like, and it's not just hip hop by any sense. It's like our whole culture is just like violence,
yeah.
fucking escapism, and all that shit. But it's like as an artist, it's hard not to get fucking discouraged by that shit, by the fucking just like the fucking whackness of all of this shit and all these fucking bozos and all this shit that's being pushed and sold and fucking what this thing has become twisted into type shit. And it's
Hmm.
like me, it's like a lot of the reasons where it's like the plug bar or just other shit is just me trying to be like, yo, bro, like I gotta make fun of this shit, because if
Yeah,
not,
it's
it's
just bozos. As you said, it's
just
bozos.
depressing.
Just funny.
Depressing, bro, because it's like at the end of the
But
day,
yeah.
it's what am I gonna do? Am I gonna make fun of them, or am I just gonna be fucking like, oh fuck, dude, this shit is lame? And it's like, it's not lame. There's so many motherfuckers doing ill shit, and it's worthwhile, and that shit has saved my life in more ways than one. But just shit like that is really just like it's the reasoning behind, like all of the little things type shit that
Hmm.
go into it. But it also is fun, bro. We be having mad fun too. Like it's just like the shit. We love this shit. I would do this shit if nobody was paying attention, and I have.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like, that's just really what it is.
All right, man. I just think just quick thing before we wrap up. Is there a
Yeah,
chance we'll get physicals for this album at some
yeah,
point? Okay, because
Yeah,
I need a purchase. I need a
I've
purchase.
got to appreciate that, yo. I've gotten like a lot of comments specifically to anybody else also who's asked this question, because I got emails
yeah.
and
We got a lot of
Instagram
people.
comments and DMs, bro. I Yes, and I'm hoping someone out there will step up and put it in motion.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
really we're
Yeah.
we're trying to work on just trying to get shit pressed up and all
Yeah.
We
that.
ran Planet 2 and 3
Yeah.
through us and our homie through Defnon.
Yeah.
So that's like being pushed.
And like we've already been in conversation with people
Yeah.
about AP4. So at this point, we're really just trying to, figure out that process. But hope it's coming.
Hopefully.
You know
As
Yeah.
what
far
I'm
as
saying?
Yeah.
hopefully. Everything else, yeah, for
tapes,
sure.
tapes 100% and shit. Vinyls are going to be a little bit farther in the future, but they're coming.
Yeah.
But tapes will be on the way soon.
And
Nice.
be on streaming shortly.
Yeah, very soon.
Enough to.
And we got a bunch more music videos coming too. We got like two more
Nice.
videos up, so
Yeah.
those are going to be dropping soon.
Yeah.
Fire, fire.
Then
Man.
yeah, we got shit on the way for next year. We got this Ola Segun tape that I'm so fucking hyped on, for real. I'm like, I haven't been this hyped on a tape in a minute. And it's like I was hyped as fuck on AP4, but like we haven't had a tape come together just this flawlessly and swimmingly and be that fucking good.
It's
really good.
It's
like I'm hyped, bro. Like
it's a good follow up.
and it's like it's
Nice.
very it's like got hooks. It's
Yeah.
like there's like all types of shit. It's like got hooks. It's not just like motherfuckers just barring out. So I'm really excited about that shit. Me and Roper got a tape that we're
Ooh.
kind of in the same process. We're done.
Ooh.
We only need like one or two more joints, and we're pretty much already in the mixing phase. But we've just been taking our time on that. It's probably going to be like 15, 14 tracks. Me and Roper. And who else? Who we got? I got Phiik on there. Doof on there, Y on there. Got fucking a bunch of people on that shit. Then we got La Parada, which is with Pootie and all the Jersey homies. That shit's done. That shit should be coming out very soon. That's just kind of be like a throw up type shit. Because I'm hyped on that. And
I got a tape with Roper.
yeah, Phiik got one. with
Damn,
Roper.
let's go, Roper. Fuck. I love that.
Completed. It's just in the closing phases, which always takes more time than anything else.
Yeah.
I'm definitely forgetting shit. I know I am.
Then we got mad shit. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things are going to be on the way. Like 2023 is definitely going to be a pretty busy year.
Yeah.
The Ola shit is going to really be dope though, because that's going to show a lot of these fucking annoyed ass motherfuckers online fucked up. Because like they're just like, bro, it's so funny. Like people just be either, and it's good. It's good because it's like like fucking controversy is good.
But you're engaging people. Clearly they want something. They wouldn't, if you guys were asked, they wouldn't ask you to make beats over drums. It'd be like, I'm gonna press next. I'm not gonna talk to these people.
Yeah, and it's like yeah, these motherfuckers like when the Twitter shit went viral, that like Twitter post of like the top shelf shit that I was like, it was like my verse on the top shelf shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Motherfuckers are either so happy about it or so fucking angry. So there's no middle ground, bro.
Yeah.
Gain
Motherfuckers
fans
are
or gain
either just
haters?
like, yo, this shit is so fire, or like, yo, bro, like motherfuckers were furious at me.
I got physicals coming for Chain Link.
Yes,
too.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that project. That's really dope.
Thank you. Appreciate that heavily. Thank you. That's coming through Novelty. So the test presses are in, and that shit'll be here very shortly. So
That's fire, man. All right,
Everything-
well,
it's all on the way.
yeah, I gotta say this is a great conversation. I love the insight you provided to kind of answering some of the questions I had about how you guys like approach your craft, and just keep doing what you're doing. You guys are pushing the this rap shit forward. Really inspired, very unique, all that stuff. So wishing you lots of success in the future.
Yo,
Thank
thank
you,
you
bro.
so much for taking the
You as
time,
well.
bro. For real, like without motherfuckers like you, for real, it's like motherfuckers would not. It's like
Yeah, thanks for caring, bro.
the good
For real.
people with the good fucking publications, you know what I'm saying, with the good fucking media shit, and people who actually give a fuck about the thing are fucking invaluable to this shit. So we really appreciate you, bro. For real, thank you for taking the time.
Man. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a good rest of the day.
Yo,
You too, man.
likewise, man.
Appreciate it.
Later, dog.
Later.
Hey, peace. So there we have it, another episode of the Rap Music Plug podcast presented by QLC TV. I hope this episode gave you some new perspectives and insights into what the greatest art form known to man in hip-hop music has to offer. If you want to support the show in the most meaningful way possible, it would be my absolute honor to have you as a patron in the new Rap Music Plug podcast Patreon. Through this Patreon, you will be getting exclusive content such as bonus episodes, exclusive album recommendations, exclusive playlists, early access to episodes, and more. And above all, though, you will be able to support the show directly in a way that will not only justify the crazy amount of time I spend on this show already, but allow me to cover some of the expenses related to supporting all of these great artists that we cover on the show through the website, and will allow us to sustain and build on this amazing growth that the RMPP has experienced recently. So if you have any questions about any of the Patreon stuff, or just want to keep tabs on the show, interact with me on rap music and all the great stuff that we can talk about, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at rapmusicplugpod, or shoot me an email at qlctv.podcast@gmail.com. You can also rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts and subscribe on YouTube and Spotify as well. But that's enough self-promotion for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Peace.